Go Bangers, thank you so much for joining me today. As some of you may be aware, I just got myself an 06 Ford GT. Shout out to the ridiculousness group text message, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I wanted to share with all of you why I love this thing so much. So let's go for a spin and let's do this. First things first, let's talk about the looks. All the way from back there with the big fat ass and the big nose. And that classic contemporary look that this has, it makes it, in my opinion, one of the best looking cars out there right now. I think the best way to describe that to me would be to say that this is the Jennifer Lawrence of cars. And the reason why is because it's that car that's relatable, classically beautiful, but it's got some meat on its bones and it's got a nice rag and a big ass. And obviously that's what you guys are thinking, and my wife wouldn't care because that's not how I feel. The way he drives, how can that not be one of them, right? And to be honest with you guys, this has to be the funnest cruiser I've ever gotten in my life. And a lot of you and a lot of people are probably gonna want to kill me after I say this if they don't want to kill me already. Even though the car was meant to be a beast on the track and it's a monster and it has a lot of power and a huge top speed, I think this car is actually more fun to cruise around town in than any other car I've ever had. That's how good it is. Obviously, because the car is such a great cruiser and not a lot of people talk about it, I want to make a lot of points based on that. So don't be surprised if a lot of my points are that and not just, oh, it handles like this on the track. That's what people do when they go to the track. That very sexy manual gearbox that comes with the car. I don't know who the hell put this together, but whoever is responsible for this manual gearbox needs to be spanked by an Angelina Jolie. Give that fucking guy a cookie. Make that man the president of the United States. Love his wiener. I'm not just saying the manual gearbox because, ooh, it's all about manuals now. I really don't mean it like that. It's so smooth and so easy compared to everything else. It's perfect for cruising, and that adds to my point that it's a great cruiser. The clutch is absolute perfection. It feels like fucking bubble gum, and I mean that in the best way possible. It's so smooth, the release is right at the top, so whenever you're switching gears, you feel like a total pro and it looks like you're driving automatic. There's no jerkiness whatsoever attached to it. It makes every single transition from gear to gear so nice that I don't want to race. I just want to take my time shifting gears, go back, and then do it again and again and again. Nothing's ever put a smile this big on my face as far as cruising is concerned. Holy crap. All the little details within the car. I've never had a car that really felt like a Hot Wheels, but for adults. And this is the first, and it's unbelievably amazing and fun to look at. Everything inside, the layout of the interior display, the little switches that I mentioned before, even the seats with those little things that you see behind me or under me, they're unbelievable. You would think they're uncomfortable, but they're not. They're great, and they're amazing to look at. All the aluminum that comes inside of the car, and obviously the noise that the blinkers make whenever you set them on. Hang on, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it, so here you go. It's epic. The lack of driver's assistance. This right here might be my most favorite point of all. The reason why is not because I love to say, oh, I can drift the car like no one else and I can take control of it and no. I love it so much because it makes it that much more special whenever I take it out. Every single time I'm driving, I need to focus on everything that I'm doing, everything that's going on around me. And the fact that I can just check out and drive this car and not think about anything else but just having fun with it. I don't think my opinion would be the same if I lived anywhere else outside of LA, but the weather here is so nice. We don't get any ice, we don't get any snow, it barely rains. So I think that point's a little bit too personal for me because of where I live. But I'll give you a little cliche one, the noise. The noise it makes when you push it, but also how quiet it is when you don't. But for the sake of everything. That noise. And I don't want to sell you on the noise of the car. You might like it, you might not like it. I especially like the rumble. Whenever I'm in the car shakes. You feel the big engine. I like that, and I especially appreciate that right now because these cars are about to disappear. So They're gonna stop making cars with big engines that will give you that sensation whenever you're in them. And that's sad. I'm just glad I'm able to experience that right now before that happens. The goddamn doors. I love the doors. I don't care what these people say. Oh, whenever you park next to another car, you can't get out. You need to crawl out of the car. Yeah, you need to crawl out of the car, but guess what? If you're buying the car, you know that that's going to be the case. And thank God, I have my health, I have my back that semi-works, and I can crawl out of my car. Am I embarrassed to crawl out of my car whenever I'm parked in a tight spot? No, because I'm fucking crawling out of a Ford GT, and I think that's badass in itself. But that's me, and I'm mentally challenged, so I just have to bring up the steering wheel. In this one case, smaller is actually better. I know that there's some of you looking out there, and that'll make you feel better and be like, honey, smaller is better. But I'm just talking about the steering wheel of the car. It has nothing special in it, it's just smaller. And there's something kind of nice about touching something smaller. While you're driving, I don't know, it just feels better. Kind of like that little Formula One shit that you see. It's awesome. I personal favorite. This might be the best value for your money, hands down. This is 10 times less than an Enzo and 3 times less than a Carrera GT. The car as it sits right now, this one is around $300,000 retail, which is an absolute deal compared to those two guys. And you get a lot of car and a lot of fun and a lot of smiles, which to me, that's what's worth it. Anyways, guys, that's my time. I want to leave you with a question of the day, which is, from that era, from the SLR, the Enzo, the Carrera GT, and the Ford GT, which car would you buy of those if money wasn't an issue? And why? To whoever gives me the best response, will be awarded penis points, and now we know what to use the penis points for, so start collecting those. Again, thank you so much, guys, for sharing your day with me. Have a good one, take care, and be safe, Cup Gangers. Take it easy.